The mayor of San Juan was very generous and very nice this morning, was thanking us for the great job we've done with FEMA, that we really have. We've worked very, very hard in Puerto Rico. It's very tough because it's an island. In Texas, we can ship the trucks right out there, and, we can do, we've got A-pluses on Texas and on Florida.
Muy buenas tardes. Thank you for coming and doing this interview with me.
You're welcome.
And if you would just please state your name for everyone.
My name is Alexandra Mercado.
And where are you from?
I'm from Puerto Rico.
Okay. So just want to do a quick interview with you here today on some of the various aspects of the hurricanes Irma and Maria that hit down in Puerto Rico. I just wanted to see first what exactly happened that you know of from your family's point of view.
It was a very strong hurricane back home, and my family went through like a hard time. It was like 6 hours, something like that. It was like really hard for them. In the morning that I woke up, I called my aunt and I wanted to know more about what was going on and like how were they. And she was like crying and she was like, oh, this is so strong. She was trying to hold the door because she felt that the door was gonna like fly. So it was like kind of hard for me because I wasn't like long distance. Like I was here while they were like back home going through that hard time.
Yeah, I'm really sorry to hear about that. So was your family affected by Hurricane Irma and Maria, or just Maria?
I think that just Maria, yeah.
Okay. And so I know a lot of the statistics talk about it being a Richter 5 scale for Hurricane Irma. Could you just talk about maybe how your family was dealing with the winds and the gusts, storms outside?
Yeah, like I said before, like my aunt was trying to hold the door because she felt like the wind was gonna take away the door. So she was like, no, like I cannot let the hurricane take my house. It feels like it's coming inside my house because of like the strong winds and the strong like my mom told me that it was like vibrating the house because of how strong the winds were.
And what about flooding? Were any of you affected by flooding?
For example, my house got a little bit affected by flooding, but comparing with other people and like other families, it was nothing compared with them.
That's good. And another question in regards to the impact that it had. So I know a lot of the electricity was down, the cellular service wasn't working for any of the phones or anything. If you could just elaborate how it affected them with that aspect also.
It affected them because they didn't know, like they were worried about what happened to their other members of the family, because we live in Caguas, for example, and my grandmas live in Sidra, and other ones live in Calle, in different like cities of Puerto Rico. So they didn't have the communication to like call them and ask them how were they, if they like needed something. And for me, it affected me too because I couldn't like communicate with them. I was lucky enough to be able to communicate with my aunt at the moment of the hurricanes, but after that, I was like a whole day without knowing anything about them, and I was worried because you never know. Like I was positive that nothing happened, but you never know.
Yeah, for sure. Another thing, so a lot of the power lines were down for months. Do you know if any of it's been restored? Has any of your family gotten their electricity back, or?
Yeah, for my mom, my parents, they have electricity right now, but my aunt and my grandparents, they don't. So they have been like 55, 60 days without electricity. So they're kind of like starting to get used to it because they cannot do anything about it yet. But it's getting back. It's like a little bit like day by day. They're working day by day.
That's good. And I know I was reading some articles about how President Trump was supposed to be sending over some supplies and helping out Puerto Rico. Have you felt like your family's been, helped in this crisis? How do you feel about the situation?
What I've heard and what I have read about too, like, yes, Donald Trump sent resources to help us, but there weren't like resources enough to help our people. He could have like do more about it, and he just took the news as a joke, but my family didn't like, they're not getting any of those help because there's other people that need more, and like they lost their houses, they lost everything. So for now, no, my family haven't received any of that help.
And also, like in regards to some of the articles that I was reading about the impact on it, how long do you think it's going to take to clean up Puerto Rico? And
it's gonna take a long time. Yeah, like what I have read is like minimum 2 years to like go back of how we were before.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what kind of tips could you give people dealing with similar type of things in other countries? Or
I think that just like be patient and like like try to manage the situation, because you need to compare yourself with other people that have been through it and like see if you really got affected about it, because there's other people that lost everything. Maybe, for example, my family, they just got a little bit flooded, and of course like every other family, they didn't have power. So it's just be patient and like leave everything in God's hands, like my mom said.
yeah, for sure. I know that I saw that the restaurant Buen Provecho, the Puerto Rican restaurant, was taking donations. Do you have any advice on how people can help out to the victims of Puerto Rico?
Yeah, they can. There's a lot of like GoFund links, and they go straight to like help Puerto Rico. Also, the mayor, how do you say, the wife mayor?
The mayor.
The mayor, yeah, they have a GoFund that if you go to the Puerto Rican like government website, you can find it and you can donate there.
Okay. Well, any last remarks about how it affected you and your family, or concerns?
It was really bad. Like, it's not something that you can take as a joke, because a lot of family got affected, but thank God me and my family and I didn't get that affected, and we could have like my parents help other people that really got affected. So I'm glad that my parents were able to help other people too.
Yes. Okay, well, just want to thank you so much for the interview.
You're welcome.
And thank you.
as bad as it looks on television, it's actually worse in person. It's a terrible immediate situation that requires assistance from the federal government, and not just financial assistance. We're also going to have to provide capacity there.